So we've been told for months now, we gotta get our sports back, but we also gotta get our schools back. And don't let this pandemic thing stop that from happening. It's gonna be totally cool. Kids never get sick. Come on. Okay, so let's check in. Let's see how it's going. Florida confirmed almost 9,000 new COVID-19 cases among children within just 15 days in August as schools reopened. It took less than 2 weeks for 9,000 new child cases. Out of the 8,995 new cases, more than 80% were discovered among children aged 5 to 17. You know why? Because kids aged 5 to 17 are always sick and they will track down whatever virus or bacteria they can. And they did in this case. And it's interesting that the Florida Education Commissioner, Richard Corcoran, mandated in an emergency order originally that if you're a brick and mortar school, you have to have 5 days of in-person instruction each week or we will take away your funding. And that had to be overruled by a judge saying that the schools have a constitutional requirement to operate safely. They can't do that in this condition. Turns out the judge was right because now about 10,000 kids in just 2 weeks have COVID. And God only knows how many other people they potentially spread that to. So that's Florida. We got a COVID-19 outbreak at Biloxi High School. It's been blamed on a large social gathering, according to Mississippi officials. In the past week, there have been 31 outbreaks reported at Mississippi schools. Just Mississippi schools. One individual.
Not 31 cases. I'm sorry, not 31 cases.
Outbreaks.
31 outbreaks. Let's make sure that people understand that correctly.
If I had told you there were 31 COVID outbreaks across America, you'd think, oh my God, 31? No, this is just in Mississippi, just in their schools. And so hundreds of kids have become infected. You have 144 cases in teachers. We've got 600 teachers and 4,000 students being quarantined. My heart goes out to every one of their families, terrified that they might have this lethal virus. Somewhere between 20% and 33% of all students in Mississippi now need to be quarantined. It's been like 2.5 weeks. So that's cool. University of Alabama alone reported 560 new COVID-19 cases in 1 week. One university, 1 week, hundreds and hundreds of cases. My home state of Connecticut, they were gonna do in-person classes, and there was so much COVID blowing up in those areas that they decided, no, we're gonna do this online actually. So credit to Connecticut for that. And so look, you know how I found all this? I Googled for like 3 minutes. God only knows what other outbreaks are going on. But it is just riddling the country as these schools reopen. And again, this isn't taking anyone by surprise. We knew it was gonna happen. We've said how many times it was gonna happen. And now what do you know, it's happening.
Well, other ones are Notre Dame had their outbreak. Ohio State actually suspended hundreds of students because previous to classes beginning to start, they were breaking the rules with large parties and large gatherings and things like that. And they're basically telling the students, hey, you guys wanted to be back in person. Now you're breaking all the rules and this is not gonna make it work. So what did you expect college kids that are getting back after a summer break, partially and mostly of quarantine and keeping away from each other? What do you think they're gonna do when they all get together back at that college setting? Do you think they're gonna all sit in their apartments and dorm rooms and hang out by themselves with just their one roommate? And if somebody knocks, they go, wait, where's your mask, John? No, it's not gonna happen that way. They're gonna party. And I don't know how you can't understand the makeup of certain folks. And it's just the way it works. Now, point number 2 on this, which I think is related. So this is my speculation time. The CDC has suddenly changed its guidelines on getting tested. Did you hear about this, John?
I don't know specifically what you're talking about. Let me know.
Sudden reversal. Now they're telling the public that testing might not be necessary. They're saying if you don't have symptoms, if you're asymptomatic, it's not necessary for you to get tested. Just last month, they were saying if you've worked around someone who's got it or seemingly has it, those are the moments when you get tested so that you can limit that spread. You know how that whole thing works? You track where you've been, we see who's got it and see who doesn't have it and see how it's getting spread. That way we can find a way to contain it. Part of the way to get beyond this. Now, CDC gave, at this point at least, maybe there's some updates that I haven't seen yet, but the CDC has not given a real, not even not given a real one, has not commented on the reasons why they've switched this. Here comes my speculation. Now, the numbers COVID cases that are still spiking, the numbers that are making it continue to increase are primarily younger folks. Because things like this, schools reopening, colleges, people having the parties and thinking it's all good and dandy because it's been several months. Those people generally are asymptomatic, younger, and get beyond it more. So we want to make sure those numbers stay nice and contained. Let's tell these people if they're asymptomatic, generally, without saying the younger folks, make sure they don't get tested. Let's tell them you don't need to get tested because we don't want those numbers to continue to spike.
Yeah.
Guess which statement that goes back to from this president? Hey, the only reason our numbers keep increasing is because we keep testing. The same ploy continues to be implemented with our agencies based off of this guy's aspirations to get reelected.
Yeah.
He doesn't want the numbers to continue to go. So as you see the numbers are going with younger folks, let's discourage younger folks from getting tested.
I mean, hard to argue against. Like, we know all the pressure being put on the CDC and the FDA to conform, and this isn't even the first time that they've done that. They've changed their recommendations based on that pressure before. And like, if you're hearing us say this and think, well, come on, there's got to be some other explanation. What is the other explanation? If you've been in contact with someone with COVID, you shouldn't get tested anymore if you don't have symptoms. Why? Have we suddenly found out that asymptomatic people can't spread it? No, they can still spread it. Yeah, so you can still spread it. They just don't want you to know because those numbers look bad. They particularly look bad in the lead up to the election.
Yeah.
And so,
I'll tell you what, if you don't like my speculation, let's hear what the CDC has to say is their reasoning. Oh, they haven't given one.
No.
Oh, that's all we got is speculation then until you give me an answer.
I said it a million times. Until there is a virus, we will not be safe. As a country, we're gonna be screwed no matter what because 30% of the country will never take the virus because they've been told that it causes zombie lizard brain control or whatever. But no, us individually, we're not gonna be safe until there's a vaccine. Because people are never gonna take it seriously and they're gonna be manipulated by the media and by the government to not take it seriously.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.